Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about how to change our core beliefs. Our core beliefs is the biggest contributor to our experience of life. Sometimes people call it self-concept. It is the backbone of your hard drive that runs your subconscious and conscious mind day in and day out. And because 95% of our subconscious mind is running our autonomic nervous system and everything is autonomic, sometimes we don't have any idea what our core belief system is until we experience it from the outside world. So if life feels painful, hurtful, unfair, why is it not working out? This video is for you. And this is how we change our core beliefs. I'm going to put a link below to the video of how to find out what your core beliefs are in the first place. So that will take you through that step by step. And in this video, we're going to talk about how to change them, because it works like this simple, but it's not that simple to accomplish, it turns out. But whatever you believe to be true is what is going to manifest in your 3D reality. If you believe that life is hard, everything's happening to you, if you feel like a victim, if you feel that you're going to be rejected, abandoned, if you feel that, you are going, like you're not good enough, people and or situations in your life are going to manifest in that way. And the only reason why that happens is to show you what needs to be tweaked from your inside world in order for that to be reflected back to you from your outside world. I was having a really beautiful conversation today with a beautiful human, and I was sharing with them, and I'm so grateful for all the support and encouragement that they give me from my YouTube channel. You know who you are. I love you. And I was sharing with them that I am not someone who grew up privileged. If anything, the complete opposite. Poverty, lots of abuse in my family. My own older sibling ended up committing suicide when we were in our 20s because of our childhood. So I've gone through a lot in my life. But what I do know, when I went back to school to become a counselor in 2020, I literally changed my life by changing my core beliefs. I didn't realize that the core beliefs that I was actually carrying inside of me and were running my hard drive until, like, my teachers gave us that exercise that we would potentially use with future clients to essentially free ourselves from the binds of the core beliefs that we develop as children. Is then and only then when I realized that my life experience was completely being created by what I believed to be true about myself. So if I believe a negative thing, then that's what's going to manifest. If I believe a positive thing, then that's what is going to manifest. The challenge here is sometimes is we don't know what our core beliefs are because we absorb them in our childhood, ages 0 to 7, up to 12 years old, and then they run our nervous system and our brain. Like, they become chemical messengers releasing neurotransmitters that carry information day in and day out from our nervous system. And the vagus nerve, which is the most primitive nerve in our nervous system, runs from the base of our neck all the way to the bottom of our coccyx, and it is attached to all the other neurons, and it releases information day in and day out that has been stored in our body. So in order to change the core beliefs, most likely than not likely, we will experience the pain of our childhood core beliefs through experiences as adults, and then we know what would be serving us best to look into. So say, for example, you want to apply for a new position, a job, and you are already worrying about feeling rejected. That feeling of being rejected didn't just come about right now when you're applying for this job. Something must have happened in your life, in your past, that solidified that message in your nervous system as a core belief, and that is a true fact. So then core beliefs become the lens of perception. So then we view life through those lenses. If we grew up with parents that essentially made us feel safe, seen, secure, and soothed all the time, and accepted, loved, like all the wonderful things, then applying for a job would have a different lens of perception behind it. It would be like, oh, I deserve to apply for this job, and knowing that if you get a no, that means that just means that there's a better yes out there for you. That it's not, what do you call it? Like redirection. Rejection is redirection, and it doesn't mean something about you. Like, it doesn't mean that you are the one that is at fault here and you were worthy, like you deserve to be rejected. Like, in actuality, if something is not meant to align for us, we are going to be redirected, or even better yet, that feeling of being rejected in the first place, or feeling that you're going to be rejected even though you have no tangible evidence for that. Like, how do you know that, right? You're just scared of repeating a past pattern because that information is stored. That's the core belief identified. I'm bound to be rejected. That would serve best to be changed. So if you watch my previous video that I will attach on how to determine your core beliefs, then we have these wonderful books to help us through it, or you can try to do the best that you can following this video. But I found this book to be really good, How to Do the Work, by Dr. Nicole Pera. And it's basically all about recognizing your patterns, and our patterns literally are the exercise of our core beliefs, right? The exercise of our core beliefs create our patterns in our life. Heal from your past, again, our past childhood experiences create our core beliefs, and create yourself. Therefore, change your beliefs, change your life. Change your thoughts, change your life, because beliefs are essentially thoughts. So she talks a lot about like breath work, journaling, affirmations. So I did a lot of that. I actually have done a lot of breath work classes to release shame and or guilt that lived in my body throughout all the years of my life, because a lot of my core beliefs were that I am bound to be rejected, bound to be alone, I'm not worthy, I'm unlovable, I'm unlikable. So whenever I would do something wrong, I would experience it through those lenses of perception, and therefore I would accumulate a lot of guilt and shame, and a lot of that needed to be released, because now not only is it serving me to change my thoughts in my mind by using the power of affirmation, I also needed to tend to my body, because a lot of that information, if not all of it, was also stored in my nervous system below my neck, and that also needed to be released and recalibrated. So through breath work, and actually tapping works really well for me too. It's emotional freedom technique. I will attach a link of my favorite practitioner, although I recently just got registered for that. So I do tailor specific techniques for my clients to use to release stored trauma in the body. So the way that affirmations work to change core beliefs in the mind, tapping works to release stored information in the body. So I'm going to attach my favorite person. And Marcus actually is his name. He does take requests. So if you want to make a request to have a specific tailor-made tapping session for you to help you release something in particular, I would definitely encourage you to comment on the existing ones. And yeah, usually he does follow through. He's amazing. Yeah, and chapter 6 of this book talks about what I was just trying to say, like the power of belief. Whatever you believe to be true, so when you find out what your core beliefs are, then you'll know what you believe to be true, and that is what is exercised day in and day out. So by doing breath work and or tapping, there's also like Reiki healing. There's all these methods to release false information stored in our body. We can use things such as Louise Hayes' book, Mirror Work, to change the way that we're thinking in our mind to like really increase self-love. And then another one that I really like to change and heal, like the way that we are thinking, like our thinking patterns, because our thinking pattern does create our emotions, which is energy in motion, which becomes the point of frequency of our attractions. And then that literally determines our behaviors. This one is all about gratitude. The best way to raise your vibration and change out of the result of negative core beliefs is through gratitude. So this book is really amazing. I do have a workshop where I merge both of these that I will attach below, but I also have a workshop that just goes through the mirror work for self-love. A lot of these two concepts like overlap with each other, because essentially they all talk about the same thing, right? Like what you believe to be true becomes your reality, and these two help you change what may be contributing to negative beliefs right now that you are believing to be true about yourself and or the world around you, which will help you change your vibration and therefore change your point of frequency of bringing in experiences and exercise that power, the power of belief. Like seriously, what we believe to be true is what manifests, and then we can find the origin of the belief, which will bring even more power into that experience, because the things that we believe to be true were given to us by someone, or the way that people treated us, right? Like when we are born, we are brought here from source energy, which is like pure love and acceptance and unconditional love. Like this is not who we were meant to experience life with, full of anxiety and fears and fears of rejection. Like imagine how nice we would feel to know that everything is always working out, that everything is always okay. There's nothing to fear. It's redirection, not rejection. Every yes or every no is an opportunity for a better yes. Every setback is an opportunity for a better setup. Like what if there's no mistakes and just solutions? Like everything is always happening for our highest good. Only good is going to come out from any situations. Why not those be our beliefs, right? Like we can change the power of belief. And she also talks about how we are wired for survival, and our nervous system is wired for survival, as we all know, fight, flight, or freeze. Fight, flight, or freeze, yeah. But we're not in danger anymore as adults. We don't need to go into that protective mechanism to avoid getting in trouble, perhaps as children, and or whatever belief that we created that was serving a purpose then. We don't need to hold on to it now as an adult, and we have the power to change it. So by watching the first video and determining what your core beliefs are, then you can go ahead and implement what works for you, or you can even Google like how to change my core beliefs to see maybe there's another technique that works best for you. But what I have found for me is doing the 21-day program, The Magic, and doing the mirror work by Louise Hay to increase self-love. I actually have done self-love book twice because it takes minimum 21 to 60 days to use the power of neuroplasticity to create a new neurological pathway to release a new message and to replace what has been lived and stored in my body for so long, all these years. And then I've done a lot of breath work and a lot of journaling. So every day I will journal what I want to experience. So say if I wake up and I'm feeling scared, I will journal the complete opposite. Like, only good is gonna come out of the situation. I am fully protected. It is all gonna work out. I am always gonna be okay. Like, I affirm the complete opposite of what wants to come through, knowing, and I trust the process. And I don't feel that anything is happening to me anymore. I think that everything is happening for me, even if it is a very scary situation. I literally just immerse myself with the complete opposite. And then tapping works really well for me too. So I will literally now just tap on the side of my hand and to say, like, even though I feel super nervous and really scared, I completely love and I accept myself. Even though I feel super nervous and super scared, I completely love and I accept myself. So what this does is it allows that scared or anxious part of our body to receive love, because you're unconditionally like loving and accepting it instead of fighting it and or resisting it and or judging its presence, just accepting it. And then there are 7 other points, tapping points, and you can take a look to see what those are from the videos that I will attach the link from Tapping with Marcus, and see how that feels. And you can literally like make up your own narrative as well, and you can tap out any anxiety and or fears, and you can just rewire the way that you're thinking and feeling all the time, and like write it out. Because conscious streaming, you write out the complete opposite. I am so worthy of love. I love myself so much. I'm so grateful that I love myself so much. I am so grateful that the world loves me. I am so grateful that everything that is meant to find me will find me. I am so grateful that I know that every no I receive is a better yes somewhere else. Like, affirm the complete opposite of what wants to come that feels negative. Because we are wired for survival and to live below the line. If you think about predominant emotions, fear, anger, disgust, sadness, and joy. Therefore, by the law of probability, we're going to land into fear, anger, disgust, and sadness way more times than joy, right? So you can already see that we are wired to somewhat, I guess, being negative. And it takes work to be with that negativity anyways. Why not just do the work, like literally, like the book says, do the work to just stay positive. And remember, when you decide to change your core beliefs, there are seven stages of change. So the first one is when you are not even conscious of what's happening. I think it's called pre-contemplation. I used to know these off by heart, but where are they? You don't even know what's happening. You just experience life life, the world around you, and you think and feel as if you're a victim and you don't really know what's happening. But then once you say even stumble upon this video and you realize, oh, my core beliefs are creating my reality and I have full control over them, then page 36, then you can go and start to implement the changes, knowing that there are certain steps, and you might actually even revert back, but don't give up. So once you get into the contemplative stage where you are thinking that I want to implement changes, but you might not know how to start, that's okay. For as long as you are in there don't judge yourself at all. Then when you go into the stage of action where you're actually doing the breath work, you're doing the journaling, you're doing the affirmations, you're doing my 21-day gratitude and or self-love program, and then you fall off the wagon it's okay. You go back on it, right? Then there's the stage of like maintenance. And then there's the, literally, it's called a change. Like it's called, there is a stage where you fall back. But why am I not finding the page? Oh yes, there it is. Relapse. There's actually a stage called relapsing where you fall back into the old patterns. That's okay. You just keep moving forward. And then the last one is termination. Like at some point, you will exit that cycle of change. Like you will go through contemplation, preparation, you're going to go through action, you're going to go through maintenance, you're going to go through relapsing. And then at some point, that's just going to terminate and it's going to be your new way of being, right? And remember, neuroplasticity takes 21 to 60 days. So at least 2 months. I mean, I've done years of work on myself. So it might take you a little bit longer than 2 months, and that's okay, right? Like as long as you make the decision to change for good, because you have the power now as an adult to change your life, change your thought, change your life. There's all this beautiful information and or resources for you to do so. Again, thank you so much. This is Anna Morfides from Any Horse Counseling. Dedicating this channel, podcast, living your best life, to all of us and to me, because I've learned so much in school that has helped me like literally live my best life, coming from someone who had a pretty shitty life, to say the least, but that's okay. I'm a true testament that like once you do the work, it does work. So with all my love and gratitude, if you liked anything about this video, I would love a thumbs up. Any interaction, even if it is challenging, like I'm here to receive it all. I'm still always learning from you guys as well. And everyone has a different perspective and or childhood experience, which allows them to experience life later on. So maybe not all of my videos are meant for all of you, but hopefully if they can even just help one person like magically transform their life, this is what I'm here for. I am here for it. So with all my love and gratitude, I'll see you next time.